Hey Vogue, it's Nicole de la Fuente and I'm going to show you all of my beauty insider secrets, like my skincare routine and my makeup routine, and maybe a little bit of my hair routine just because I just did a full shower and I need to reset everything. I feel like every time I shower, no matter what, even if I had just brushed my teeth right before I shower, I always brush my teeth after I shower because I just feel like it's the last part of me that needs to be like re-cleaned, and so I'm gonna brush my teeth really quick. If I was getting ready for like an event or something, I'd probably put in whitening trays, but then I can't really talk because it's like a mouth guard in my mouth, so I'm not gonna do that right now because then I wouldn't be able to talk to you at all this entire video. But that's something I would normally do if there was something important that I wanted to look my best for. I don't know how people like keep their hair up in little towels while they get ready. I think it bugs me so much, and I get really like hot when I'm doing my makeup, and if my hair is down and wet, then it like keeps me cool. Also, personal preference, I only wash my hair once a week. In the shower for my hair, I use the Vogue Detox shampoo. I just started using this one. Before I used to use the native drugstore shampoo, but I feel like I'd have a lot of buildup in my hair, especially after like a whole week of not washing my hair. And the Detox shampoo is so good. Like literally, you know, like the actual true like squeaky clean feeling, like I get that on my scalp when I'm like washing out the shampoo, so I highly recommend that. And also, I dyed my hair about a year ago ginger, and then I went back to my natural hair color, but it just has not been the same since. Like it's just been more dry and like brittle. So I started using the Way Thick Hair Mask in the shower for like, I leave it in for like 5 or 10 minutes, however long it takes me to like wash my body, wash my face, shave, all that, and it leaves my hair so soft. Like I've actually noticed a huge difference. So if your hair is feeling kind of dry, I think the Way Mask is really good. This is what my skin looks like fresh out of the shower. Definitely not perfect. I'm having a few breakouts right here. I think it's just like hormonal. But I've been trying to do better on my skincare this past week just because I keep having breakouts and it's really bothering me. Also, I transition like every other week between using an actual hair mask and not using conditioner at all. And if I don't use conditioner, then I put in the K18 leave-in molecular repair hair mask. Not sure, but it's really good if you've like dyed your hair or bleached your hair, but you're not supposed to use it with conditioner, so I only ever use this if I'm not doing the hair mask. For skincare, if I'm not putting on any makeup, I'll use the Tallow Everything Butter by Ella Skin Co. It's made completely organically just from beef tallow, and I feel like it's really nice for my skin. Like I genuinely think that it's like the most organic and best thing that you could put on your skin because it's chemically closest to your skin's natural makeup. But I will say it does make me really oily. Like once I put it on, there's a good hour or two of just my face looks oily. So I only ever use it if I'm gonna be home for a while before I do my makeup. But right now I need to get ready like instantly, so I'm not gonna use that because my face will be way too oily. So if I'm putting on makeup instantly, I'll switch between the La Roche-Posay Double Repair Matte Moisturizer, and then I'll put on the Elta MD sunscreen just because you should put on sunscreen every single day. I don't normally, but I try my hardest. I really like this like moisturizer though because I don't like the feeling of a regular moisturizer. I normally try to get anything that's like gel consistency, just because regular moisturizers I feel like sit on my skin and don't like seep in very well, and then when I put makeup on top, it just feels like I have this big cakey layer of something sitting on top of my skin rather than actually seeping into my skin and moisturizing me. So that's why I go for more gel based moisturizers. And then sunscreen, this has been like the only sunscreen that hasn't broken me out, and so I've just been using this for a while, and it doesn't really leave any sort of white cast from what I can tell. I know a lot of people use some sort of primer, but I think the sunscreen works pretty well as a primer. I don't know. I should probably invest in a primer. I just haven't really done that yet, and so I always use my sunscreen as a primer. And then while I'm doing my makeup, I let a little bit of Bag Balm sit on my lips to moisturize before I put on any sort of lip product. So that's everything I do for skincare before I start my makeup. I'm going for a very simple makeup look today. This is something I would do like every day as opposed to like if I was going to something fancier. So it's not like I'm pulling out all the stops for this makeup routine. This is very simple and just clean as it can possibly be. So to start, because it's summer and I don't really tan my face. I think I'm scared of my face aging horribly, and so my face is a lot whiter than the rest of my body. So I use these Say Sun Glow drops. It's like the same thing as like the Drunk Elephant drops, but I just like these ones more because Say is a very clean company. All their ingredients are very clean, which is something I really enjoy and look for in makeup, and I feel like it just makes my face look a little bit more tan and match my body a little bit better, because before my body way tanner than my face was. After that sits in, if I do plan on doing any sort of like face I'll use the House Labs foundation. I was recommended this foundation by my friend Victoria. I literally am not a big foundation girl at all. This is probably my very first foundation that I've ever owned, and I'm almost 21 years old. And this is my very first foundation. And I don't wear it that often. I only wear it if I really think I'm breaking out, or if I'm going to something like fancy and I want to have a full face on. But that's not what I'm going for today, so I'm just going to skip over that step. But that's what I would do first. I use the Patrick Ta She Sculpted Cream Contour and Bronzer palette. It's just a cream and then a blush. Not a blush, a powder. But I take this on a little brush. Oh, this is kind of tight. This is going to be kind of hard. I take it on a brush and then I warm it against my skin. I don't know, my friend told me to do this and I feel like it actually makes a big difference, because sometimes when you put it directly on your face, it just looks a little harsh, and I want it to blend as easily as possible. So I just put it right there. It looks really harsh on camera. I swear it doesn't look that harsh in person. And then I put it up here under my nose, a little bit on my jawline. I gotta blend it out. And then I'll just take my beauty blender and kind of buff it into my skin so that it looks more natural and not like I just try to contour some cheekbones. So basically the way I try to go about my makeup is do any sort of cream or liquid product first, because I feel like my skin is really dewy and wet right now from my moisturizer, and so it blends a lot better than powder would. I'm doing the same thing with my blush right now. I also use the Patrick Ta She's Wanted blush. It's like a really dark berry color. I found that berry colors just look best on my skin. When I was ginger, I used to use orange blushes, and now they kind of look weird on my skin now that I'm back to brunette. But same thing, I put it on my arm. Literally by the end of this, my arm is so covered in makeup. And then I slowly brush it onto my cheeks. I will blend it out later, I promise. After I got a good base, I use the same beauty blender and just kind of mix it in with the contour and buff everything out until it's like fully blended. This is kind of what we're working with. I swear it looks better in person. It kind of looks funky on camera. It looks really harsh on camera, but I swear it's blended. After that, I'll use a little bit of concealer. This is the NARS in Light 2.3. And I put a little bit on my forehead because I'm breaking out, and then right here. I don't know what this is, but I literally get a pimple here like once a month, and it stays for a very long time. And then it goes away and I'm free for a couple days. And then it comes back, and it's really frustrating. And I'm not sure if it's some sort of like hormone imbalance that makes acne pop up right here on my lip, but I absolutely hate it. I swear the only places I ever break out though is my forehead and right here. Not sure why. Don't know what that is, but I've never really I've never really broken out anywhere but those two places. And then if I'm feeling like my dark circles need a little help, I'll put a little bit right here, but not much, because I don't like the feeling of concealer under my eyes. I just feel like no matter what I do, it's gonna look cakey and just like crease. I don't know if that's like the products I'm using or how I'm using them, but concealer under my eyes just doesn't really work for me, so I try to use as little as possible. That's all of my cream products. So then I'll use the Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray and just douse my face with it. I used to have a fan in here, but my roommate just took it back. But I would normally stand with my fan until my face was dry, but I guess my hands will have to work for right now. So once my setting spray is pretty much dry, I'll move in with all of my powder products. And I do like to go for like a more dewy look, but I still use some powder. I use the same two palettes and go over it with the powder version for the contour, and just to like kind of bronze up my face, because again, my face is just way lighter than the rest of my body is. Also, just fair warning, if you are interested in the Patrick Ta blushes, they are so pigmented. Like, you need barely anything to get pigment. Like, I've made the fatal mistake of putting a lot of blush on and it just looked horrible because it was so pigmented. So I take barely any and then lightly blush it onto my cheeks and kind of up. Once I have that, I take a big kabuki brush and just blend the two together, because I do really like a bronzy blush look. Feels more natural. I don't really know. That is kind of what my face ends up looking like. After that, I move on to mascara, which I think personally is the most important part of a makeup routine. I'll go through with a little spoolie that I stole from Sephora. Every time I go in there, I take like 10 of them. and they're the best spoolies ever. I just feel like they're thicker and like stronger than spoolies I order online. I don't really know if that's in my head, but I brush through all of my lashes so that they're straight, and then I'll curl my lash. Also, it helps if you have a fan, because I just got out of the shower and so my room is really humid right now, and sometimes when I try to do my eyelashes when it's humid in here, they just absolutely look horrible. So they might not turn out very good right now because it is very hot in my room, and I think my eyelashes are slightly wet, which is not good. I used to have a blow dryer, but it broke. I would hang it like upside down to dry my eyelashes while I put the mascara on. That also helps a lot, but I haven't gotten a new one, so I can't do that either. So literally I just have to live with mid eyelashes for the time being. I use the telescopic L'Oreal mascara, and I try to focus it just on the tips of my eyelashes, because I found if I put mascara on the roots, my eyelashes won't stay up at all. I think it's just too heavy to put on the roots, and so I try to put on the smallest amount of mascara possible, because my eyelashes just have a really big problem with staying up. Like, they just won't stay up for anything. This already doesn't look very good, and it's gonna fall in like 5 minutes, but I still put on mascara because I think it completes the makeup look. See, this one's already falling, which is so annoying. I think I need to invest in lash extensions, but I just don't want the full look. I want like very natural lash extensions, and I don't know where to go to get that. Once my eyelashes are set, I'll kind of shape my eyebrow with the same spoolie, and then go in with the NYX brow glue. And I put very little because it holds super well, and I don't like to change the shape really of what I like previously set it to. And I feel like if I like stick down really hard, it's difficult for me to like get back to this shape. So I try to use not that much product when I'm doing this. Sometimes I put mascara on my bottom eyelashes and sometimes I don't. Usually I do it when I do like a winged eye, and then I put eyeliner on my waterline. But that's normally a nighttime look, and I'm not doing anything crazy today. So I'm going for a very natural look. Pretty much everything that I do for my face, but for my lips, I use literally a Wet n Wild lip liner that I got at a drugstore like 5 years ago. I used to use the Charlotte Tilbury lip liner that everyone has in Pillow Talk or whatever, but I left it at my friend's house and I haven't gotten it back yet. So this will do for now. And then I have 3 options. They're all the same company. They're the Maybelline Lifter glosses. These are actually my favorite glosses ever. Like, they're drugstore glosses, but they're super thick and they just smell really good. This is the first one I got. Shade Heat, and then I have Taffy and Silk. Very all different for this one though, just because it's more natural. This is what my makeup looks like when I'm done. Kind of looks a little funk on camera, but I swear it looks good in person. And then my final step to getting ready, and my final beauty secrets tip for the video, is you need to get this Vanilla Musk oil that I got at Ulta, but you can order it online. It comes in this little glass bottle, and it is the best smelling oil in the entire world. I've used it for years now, and I put it very strategically. I put a little on both collarbones, and it mixes really well with any other perfume you wear. And then I put a little on my shoulders, and finally a little on my neck. And it actually lasts a really long time. I went to a lake one time wearing this, and I went in the lake water multiple times, and I came out and I still could smell the oil on me. And so I think it's very long lasting. Well, that is my full makeup routine and skincare prep for my makeup. Thank you so much, Vogue, for letting me film and show you guys all my beauty insider secrets. And yeah, I hope that this helped you in any way possible. Goodbye.